I'm not sure how many people realize this, but we're currently going through a massive paradigm shift in the world of anime and manga. All of the biggest currently airing manga series seem like they're starting to wrap up, and we still don't know who's going to replace them. Just to put this into perspective, I'll give you a few examples. Demon Slayer finished in 2019, Attack on Titan finished in 2021, My Hero Academia is in its final arc, Tokyo Revengers is in its final arc, Fire Force just had its last chapter the other day, Jujutsu Kaisen is around 70% completed. I'm certain there's more to add to that list, but you get the gist. Just like back in 2021 when there was a global sparkling water shortage, in 2022 we're about to have a global shonen manga series shortage. Which is a genuine concern I'd have if it weren't for the dozens of sick new manga series that seem to drop every week. Not all of these series are destined to do well, and some of these manga might not even live to see their 20th chapter, but there's one manga series that kind of set itself apart from the rest, and that's the manga I want to talk about today. I want to spread the word about this new manga series, GachiAkuta, which I genuinely believe is going to be one of the biggest next-gen manga series. And the second chapter only just dropped the other day. When trying to think about what to say in this video, I actually had a lot of trouble trying to put into words how fire this shit really is, so maybe I'll just start with the premise and then you guys can kind of get the gist yourself. But before I do that, let me just quickly ask you the question of the day. What is your favorite first chapter of a manga? Let me know in the comments down below. Rudo, but I almost want to assume his name is supposed to be Ludo, is a boy living in a world where he and other people of his social class, tribesmen, are segregated and persecuted by the wealthy elites of their world. Living in a slum, he sneaks out nightly to raid trash dumps in order to find things rich people have discarded that are still usable for him to sell. Not only is Rudo looked down upon by the elites, but he's also hated by his fellow tribespeople for being the son of a murderer and having unsightly scars down his arms and hands. That said, from a young age, he was taken in and cared for by a charismatic tribesman named Regto, who raised him and cares for him as a father figure. Rudo's real father was charged with murder when he was young and sentenced to death by being thrown into the Abyss, which is a bottomless hole located at the edge of the slum where all the garbage and condemned criminals are disposed of. One thing leads to another, and Rudo is set up by the police to look like he murdered someone, so they sentence him to death by casting him to the Abyss as well. As Rudo is suspended in the air above the Abyss, he's demonized by both the wealthy elites and his fellow tribespeople alike, to which he responds by screaming that they're all the real trash and vowing to come back and kill them all. The pure and visceral hatred of this moment kinda reminded me of Eren Yeager vowing to annihilate all of the Titans after watching his mom get eaten. I don't want to give away too much for the people who haven't read the first chapter yet, so I just implore you, please read this immediately. GachiAkuta is a new manga series by Udana Kei Sensei, who was actually an assistant for Atsushi Okubo Sensei, the genius behind Fire Force and Soul Eater. Udana Sensei has actually been a fan of Okubo Sensei since he was in middle school and stated that he cherishes the work that they've done together. Okubo Sensei has stated that he's officially passing the baton onto Udana Sensei, which actually feels like a very appropriate statement once you see all the detailed artwork at GachiAkuta. While I haven't given Fire Force or Soul Eater a proper read yet, which I really need to get around to, what I can say for sure is that both series have very amazingly beautiful artwork and intricate details. To me, this is definitely passed on to GachiAkuta, but dare I say, Udana Sensei's style is a little more charming and unique. I don't say this as a slight to Fire Force or Soul Eater's beautiful art. This is more of praise for GachiAkuta for being able to separate itself from the amazing art of its mentor series. This is probably a question a lot of people are asking because saying a manga series that barely has 2 chapters out yet is gonna surpass or join series like Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer is incredibly ballsy. But when looking at all of the massively popular manga series over the years, I can tell you one thing for sure that most of them have in common. They're able to hook you from the first chapter. I remember thinking, holy fuck, watching the smiling Titan eat Eren's mom in front of him in the first chapter of Attack on Titan. Or being moved to tears watching little Deku being told by a doctor that he'll never be able to achieve his dreams. Same, Deku, same. Not all popular manga series have this hook, but most manga series that do end up making it big one way or another. GachiAkuta has deep implied lore, colorful characters, subverted expectations, and beautiful art in the first chapter alone. All of this is also improved upon in Chapter 2 by having very powerful symbolism, a quirky fighting system, and very awesome and gnarly monster designs. Between all of this, there's also a very deep and insightful message about society society and how people are so quick to throw away the items and people that they deem worthless. Maybe I'm wrong and maybe I'm overestimating how lit Gachi is, but in all of the small online communities I've seen talking about it, it seems like most people are completely blown away. I could sing all of the praises in the world, but I'll never be able to capture what Gachi is really about greater than going out and seeing for yourself and reading the manga. Since I'll probably make a million more Gachi videos, I'll call it here for now, but if you like this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot and I love making this kind of content. I'm definitely going to start uploading more and more content again, so keep an eye out for more videos. I'm going to be talking about GachiAkuta, Chainsaw Man, whatever else I feel like talking about because there's so much manga and anime I love. Follow me on social media for more updates, links to those down in the description below, and on that note, I'll catch you guys in the next video.